Well, folks, how y'all doing? You're never going to believe it, but wow, we're going to unbox a new plane. I know it's you can never fathom the idea of Fat Guy Flies RC getting another plane. It never happens. But today we're getting something totally new from a company I've never purchased from before, and a kind of plane and a brand of plane I've never purchased before. Today I'm unboxing, as I put the boring white box in your face, the Taft Hobby 90mm EDF jet Valkyrie. Now, let me turn away from the camera real quick. This comes to me from Redwing RC out of Lebanon, Illinois. Hold on, let me verify something. Yep, Redwing RC from Lebanon, Illinois. I ordered this, okay, today is June 30th in the evening. It's almost July 1st. I purchased this last Monday and received it on Wednesday. That is pretty darn quick. Now, I bought it really early Monday morning, but I received the thing on Wednesday, 2 days later. Now, on the outside of the box, it said ARF. I'm like, no, I bought a plug and play. So I went ahead and I opened it and took some of the parts out and realized, no, it's just the way they word it, but everything is there. Now, I bought you have the yellow one, you have one that's in the Coast Guard, the red and white colors, and then you have the cartoon version one, which is the one that I bought, like JJ the jet plane. And it is if you take the stats of the cartoon one, and you put them on one side, on the left side of your screen, and you take the stats from the orange one, or the Valkyrie, or the Coast Guard colored one, and put the stats up to the cartoon looking one. Exact same ESC. There is absolutely no difference. Exact same plane, same stats, same weight. Verbatim, cut and paste, exactly the same. The only difference is this has a cartoon theme and it's $100 cheaper. They're $3.99. This was $2.99. So I'm like, no brainer. I'm glad. I have no problem with the color scheme. But to this plane, you've got everything's already pre-installed. All your linkages are hooked up so far. These wheels are like a actual rubber wheels on the retracts. This is going to be the largest plane that I own. Has, I believe, either a 52 or a 55-inch wingspan. So pretty decent sized plane. And remember, keep up with your trash just in case you have to pack it back up and send it back. But I don't think that's going to be the situation here. I mean, I didn't even take this is like E-flight planes or FMS planes. Everything is packed. Only bag of screws you've got. Little bitty opaque bag of screws. I'll have to open that up. Very nice, very thick spar. Okay, bear with me for just a second. I got a new phone and I'm trying it. Let me just look and see how we're filming here. Yada yada. Okay, we're doing good. And got the mic hooked up, because lots of times when I'm unboxing these videos and I'm kind of talking like this and you're like, what are you saying? And I realized after I watched the video of one I just did, I'm like, I can't hear what I'm saying. So I know if I can't hear it, you certainly can't hear it. But look at the bright red, white, and blue, or actually kind of an orange, white, and blue. I wish that was more of a red. That'd be more patriotic. But it's the Taft Hobby is the metal geared servos. Taft Hobby is the maker of the plane. Look at on the flaps, hard metal or hard plastic actual hinges. Now, yes, that's separated there, but that's okay because you've got a hard metal hinge. Now, this is a foam hinge for the aileron, but it looks like it's, no, it's not really reinforced with anything. So I will, just looks like a quality hinge, but I'm going to go in there with my hold the foam, and I'll put a nice bead of hinge protectant, as I like to call it, on there. There again, this thing was packed so you could drop the thing off the side of a cliff and it's not going to damage it. Owner's manual, which unfortunately was somewhat crunched. Very cool looking vertical stabilizer with a Valkyrie jet on there. Very nice rudder. And everything that's labeled for you, channel 2, so rudder. These are labeled channel 2, channel 4. So this goes up to your, or actually goes up to your aileron or your elevator. Channel 4 would be your rudder. It even says rudder. And look at that. This is screw in, screw out, so that you can take your servo out and service it. So you got a nice little. The only gluing it looks like are they going to be these wingtips. They're going to go like on that Viper. It's going to go up on the end. Now, I'll be honest. If I really am impressed with this Taft Hobby plane, which so far I am, I will probably end up buying the Viper 90mm, which is bigger and I think more powerful than the E-Flight Viper, and also almost $200 cheaper. So, I mean, let's face it, a lot of this is economy driven, okay? But look at this. Look at this elevator. And this is the T-style elevator, kind of like on an ASW glider, where it has up there like that. So this is going to be really, really cool. Don't know what that is. More probably a disclaimer of some sort. And yes, it is JJ the jet plane, okay? You can see JJ the jet plane in his the eyeballs, and the big grin on the bottom. But you know what? That's okay. For $100 cheaper. Oh, that was loud. Look at how big this thing is. Okay. Look down there. Big old. I think it's 11 bladed fan down there. Man, that sucker's a hard chrome. Here's the only problem I noticed. The cover for the EDF is sitting up. I just made these, but it looks like it needs to be screwed down. I may just have to go down there and anchor that down and make sure that the EDF unit's okay. I will, of course, test everything. Now, I've never built a Taft Hobby before, so I have no idea, you know, the ins and outs and the nuances. Oh, the entire nose there is plastic, so I'll be able to stand this thing up. It's a big jet. I'll be able to stand this thing up, no problem. Now, this is all open in here, which is nice. And they give you a little seat that if you wanted to, I don't know, maybe, I think this is just a sticker. This may just be a sticker on here. No, the whole canopy is painted white. Well, I guess if you could get a hold of one of the other Valkyrie's canopy, which are clear, then you could put yourself a pilot in there and, you know, and then you put that seat in there. But I more than likely will just leave this seat out, you know. And so that's just tongue and groove. That has a really nice latch, and it just pops in, and yeah, it's in there pretty good. So I'm not going to worry about it coming off in flight. Besides, even that, you know, the wind is hitting it, okay, and it'll be forcing that down. So I'm not too worried about that. Really big battery bay, EC5 connector. Battery obviously goes up here. The big strap that is adjustable. Everything is labeled by, doesn't say like aileron rubber. It has channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, things like that. You have a BEC with a You know, I don't remember the stats. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared as well as I'm not. Fat Guy Flies RC, y'all know I'm not that polished. I just go by the seat of my pants. Let's see if this... all right, the motor is a 3541, and that's how fast it turns, and then it has a KV of 1450. It's an 80 amp ESC with a BEC brushless ESC. It has 9-gram digital servos, digital and metal servos, 8 of them. And the recommended battery is a 5000 6S with a 30C. So actually a very common 6S battery. 10 screws hold the plane together. Very simple assembly. CG on this plane is going to be about 200 millimeters back from the front wing root. So where the front of the wing angles in, back. But I want to show you. Okay, so now you know the stats of it. It has a, what did we say? What did we say? What did we say? No, I'm not going to sing. I don't have a good singing voice. But I want to say it's got a 52-inch wingspan. But you have the quick connects that extend into the fuselage, and there's an obvious place where they plug in there. 2 hard plastic points. Wing spar that's going to hold everything in place. Has an obvious stopping point. It just goes in there. Okay, and then your very little, you know, this is going to slide in here. You're going to fish that through. Put your elevator on. Now, this is going to be a very, very simple build. And the tool of choice for this is going to be a, well, I was hoping for like a 2mm hex drive, but instead it's a Phillips. But these look to be pretty good quality. They don't look, I don't know how you can say metal looks flimsy, but if metal could have the appearance of being a hardy metal, this looks like a hardy metal. And like I said, there's 10. Looks like 6 of one style and 4 of the other. So, and they're obviously distinct differences. So you shouldn't have a problem getting your screws messed up. Now there's the BEC that plugs into your throttle. I'll be running for a receiver in my pile of junk. Over there. I'll be using the new generation. I think that's what I'm going to be using. The new generation of, oh, wait, never mind. Let's see if I've got I do. Okay. I'm going to be using the new generation of the Lemon RX, actually 7-channel receivers. You can get these directly from Lemon RX, or you can get them from Grayson Hobby. Grayson Hobby, I think they're out right now in Georgia. Loganville, right outside of Atlanta. Great shop, great group of people in there. But these Lemon RX, they have the long antennas. I've already flown a couple planes with them. I love these receivers. Now, there's no gyro, there's no stabilization with these, but they got a good strong signal. They're very light. They have a bind button and they have a fail-safe button. So no problem there. And if I decide not to use that, then I will use an AR630, which actually has safe and stabilization. I haven't decided which I'll use. I don't know yet. We will see. We'll have to wait and see. I just don't know yet what I want to do. So, anyways, I'll keep informed. I'll throw this thing together, and well, I'll put it here carefully, but then I will do a post-build video because I don't know the ins and outs of this hobby. I mean, of this brand. So I don't know what problems I'm going to run into. So if I do, I'll say, okay, here's what I found. Like a lot of my post videos, I'll say, hey, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. This is what went well. This is what I had a problem with. This is what you need to look out for. Now, I will tell you this about Redwing. Oh, see, I've only bought one thing from Redwing RC out of Lebanon, Illinois. This is the first time I bought. Incredibly quick shipping, but you do have to pay shipping. They're a small company. They don't have the luxury of having a big partnership with FedEx or UPS or DHL. So Shipping for this was, I think, it's like 60 bucks. So it was $299 plus 60. I got 300 and what, 60, and then about 370 by the time taxes and everything invested in this, roughly. Okay, so understand. Now they offer a lot of planes. A lot of the Taft Hobby planes, they offer a lot of planes that you can't find anywhere else. And some of them have free shipping, and there's some that have very little shipping, like 10, 15 bucks for a big plane. The jets, however, are bigger, huge boxes, and they're considered in the 55-pound class. That doesn't mean that's what they weigh. The thing only weighs, in the box about 12 pounds, but because of the size of a box, it puts it into a bigger shipping class, and therefore more money. I can't blame them. Okay, for charging. They don't have the big deep pockets like Horizon and FMS has, so you will have to pay shipping. So way it is. But like I say, they offer some stuff that you can't get anywhere else. So, and you know me, I like anything different and weird. Folks, thank you for watching. This is the Taft Hobby 90mm Valkyrie cartoon JJ the jet plane edition. And but it is a Valkyrie jet, and I'm gonna get her together, and then we'll do a post build video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all, and don't forget faith, family, and friends, and then jets and planes and me.